So preparation for the final exam, which will be to draw a house from scratch. You want to prepare yourself for that by having the sheets already created. You don't want to spend time creating your sheets. You also want to have your sheet list and your window schedule and your door schedule created already. So let's assume we're going to have 3 floor plans: the basement, the first floor, the second, and the roof. So that's 4. Then we're going to have 4 elevations: north, south, east, and west, or left, right, front, and rear. And then maybe 6 sections. So maybe, let's make 20 sheets. So we would want to have 20 sheets made up already. So I have some already made. This is a template that I used, but let's make those up now. So we do need one that's going to have the site location in the sheet list. So you want to have a sheet list made, and it will populate itself as you create your sheets. So the only thing that I need on the sheet list is the sheet number and the sheet name. Make up a imaginary location. You can use the same one that you used for your final project. That's fine. And make your sheet list and have it already made. Okay, so we're going to have, let's see, a first floor plan, second floor plan, a basement plan, a roof plan, and some sections and some elevations. So you probably want to make about 20 sheets and then label them so that you call them the site location sheet list. And then you want your basement plan, first floor plan, second floor plan, and a roof plan, and then the 4 elevations, and then maybe 6 sections. Okay, so you want those sheets already made to begin with, so that you have that already done. You don't have to do any more creation. 3 hours and 20 minutes to draw a full house if you know what you're doing, that's plenty of time. If you don't know what you're doing, then of course you could have a problem with time. But if you have your sheet list made, if you have your window schedule, your door schedule already made, and in the door schedule, all we're looking for is a type mark and the width and the height of it. So that will populate as you create your house. That will populate itself. And a window schedule. So you want a window schedule. All that window schedule needs to have, again, is a type mark and the width and the height. We don't have to worry about rough openings or which level it's on or how many there are and create that and put it on a sheet. So as you add doors and windows to your project, to your final exam, these schedules will populate themselves. Now, your stacked walls will be the stacked walls that you use for your midterm. So there'll be those 3 stacked walls. So what I would do to prepare for that is, this is the garage wall. Okay, so I would, let's just copy that. Now, the reason I copy instead of create similar is because I want to make sure that the heights are the same. So I'll just copy that over to here. Okay, and let's see. We look at it. Okay, so the brick's on the outside. So I will mirror that. Now this is in preparation for the final exam. Then I would copy this. All right, click on it, copy. I just want to copy it up, and I will rotate that 90 degrees. Okay, so there's my layout for my garage. I can clean it up if I want to. You're going to find out what the actual dimensions are when you start your final exam. So what do we have here? This is the garage house wall. So again, I'm going to copy that. And let's see, Okay, so all of the insulation and stuff will be on the outside. So I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees this way. And I would put that over here. So I'll just drag it over here. You don't have to connect it. And then the other walls would be this one. So copy, we'll just copy that over here and here and here. Okay. So this is the rear. We'll turn this by 90 degrees. Let's grab this guy and rotate 90 degrees this way. Okay, and this one, we just want to flip it. So I hit the space bar. Okay, so this is in preparation. This is what I would do to prepare myself for the final exam. Let's see, let's clean that up. It's not necessary, but let's trim, extend. So now if we look at this in 3D, what does it look like? I've got my 3 stacked walls from the midterm. I've got the house garage wall. I've got my garage, and I've got that. Now all I need to do, this is what you would want to have set up to begin with. We'll go back to the first floor plan, and then we'll give you the dimensions of these outside walls. And maybe we can put in let's make sure that we have a architecture wall. Let's make sure we have a 2x4 wall, because that's the inside. Let's see. If you don't have a 2x4, there we go, 2x4 stud wall. It's an interior. Boom. Well, that's crooked, so I wouldn't do that. Wall, it's going to be the 2x4. All right, we'll just put that in there. And now let's take a look at it again in 3D. Where'd that 2x4 wall go? There it is, right there. Okay, so you're good to go for your exam. I will give you the dimensions of the house. There might be another jog in the house. It probably will be, which means that you just simply move these guys around to, and I wouldn't do this now because you don't know. In fact, I don't know what the house is going to look like either, but there may be a jog. So it might look like this. Let's see. Let's extend this guy. It doesn't want to let me do that. Maybe because it's connected back there. So I'll just drag it down. So now it's not connected to anything. Probably not going to be an exterior wall here. That might be in. So let's see. If I pull this over to here and then copy this guy, it might be, if there's some jogs in the wall, so the house might look something like this to begin with. You know, lay it out. But I wouldn't go that far. I would just have the outside of the walls of the house, the wall between the house and the garage, and then the 3 garage walls, and then be ready to go. You know, to lay that out based upon the criteria that exists. So then you've got your sheets already made for the elevation. So here's our south elevation. Let's go to that sheet real quick. Let's see, where would that be? Here it is. That would be the front elevation. So we'll take a look at it. That's what it looks like. Activate the view and change the crop region. Looks like the crop region is that there. So we'll just drag it over. I don't need to see anything but the house. Okay. We don't need to see the level, so you might want to go through and do a VG for visibility graphics. Go to the annotation category, type the letter L to get you right down to levels and say, I don't want to see the levels. So you can do this as your setup, but there's your house. It's really from the stacked walls that we created in our midterm. You're already set to go. And left side elevation is going to look like what? Well, you don't need to see these guys. So I might take my crop region, activate the view, and my crop region is not shown. So there we go. I click this little button down here so I can see I want to see the house, but I don't want to see my stacked walls. So I might pull it over there. Again, the levels are shown. We don't need to see that. VG, annotation category, type the letter L to get me down to the L's level. Okay, it's gone. And we're good to get started here on another elevation there. We do the same thing all the way around and you're ready to go. I'll give you the layout of the house, floor plans, elevation sections. And all you need to do is manipulate the floor plan so that it satisfies that criteria. Your elevations are already set. Now, if I didn't want to clean that up, I might bring my elevations a little bit closer. I don't want to see my stacked walls in my elevations. There should be another elevation here somewhere. Let's see if it's out there. All right, so I'm going to say oh, it isn't cropped. Okay. So here's an elevation. Here's one. Here's one. I don't see my right elevation. I'm telling it not to crop the view. So if I type ZE, should show me all. I don't know. Maybe I don't have you want to make sure that you have all of your elevations. So we'll take a look at our, that would be the right side elevation. Well, it's definitely shown. So I don't want to see these guys. I could also simply activate the view and click on these two guys and then come down to my eyeglasses and say hide elements. And then they're there. I don't want to see this pad footings either. So hide element. And then I'm seeing my right side elevation, VG for visibility graphics, annotation category, L for levels, boom. Just like in AutoCAD, these are layers in AutoCAD. And there we go. So much of what you do will be automatically generated on your sheets as you create what we need based on the first floor plan, which is right here. There's our first floor plan. I don't know what happened to my other. Let's see real quickly. I'm going to hit the eyeglass here. Yep, there it is. It's hidden. So I'll just highlight that, hover over it and say unhide in view element, and then hit my little light bulb there. And now it's visible. I can grab it and drag it over. All right, so I got my 4 elevations visible. Don't actually need them visible in the floor plan. So again, VG. Let's type the letter E, see if it's here. Nope. So then we go annotation again, E for elevations. Sure enough, there it is. Uncheck it. And boom. So if you take a look at the rubric that I will be using to analyze your project, this will set you up to begin with. And then as you go through the final exam, take a look at the rubric and make sure that you do everything that is required there, roof plan, station board, soffit, and that will be your setup for the final exam.